Connecting the Dots, Reliving Northwoods History with Kerry Bloedorn.
The state of Wisconsin was first surveyed by the federal government's General Land Office between 1833 and 1866. The public land surveying system was used to map out public domain lands of the United States. Survey crews were hired by the GLO to measure land, dividing it into a grid of townships, ranges, and sections. Land areas were divided into 6-mile square townships, and within a township are 36 one-mile sections. These measurements were used to produce plat maps, which are still in use today. The original Land Office surveys also recorded additional information such as types of wetlands, trees, soils, vegetation, and cultural features on the landscape. Wisconsin's original survey notes are available to peruse on the Wisconsin Historical Society website and are a fascinating resource. Surveyors would use tools such as a transit or compass to find a direction or bearing to follow. A surveying chain was then walked out to measure township or range lines, which dictated sections. A survey chain is 66 feet long and has 100 links. 80 chains is equal to 1 mile. It was in this painstaking fashion the earliest surveys of the Northwoods were made. Add a tough wilderness landscape with swamps and thousands of lakes, wild animals, and blood-sucking insects, and it was hard work doing the first survey of the Northwoods. At each section and quarter section, a wooden post was placed, and up to 4 nearby bearing trees were blazed and often marked with the respective section corners. The trees on which these blazes were marked were recorded in the surveyor's notebook by tree type and size. These trees are known as bearing trees, or witness trees. Bearing trees were also recorded at a meander, which is a place where a survey line meets a lake or river. Over the many decades since the original GLO survey of the Northwoods, many of the original witness trees have died and disappeared or been cut. Some examples of cut witness trees have been brought to museums and preserved for people to learn from. Pioneer Park Historical Complex's Logging Museum in Rhinelander has several witness tree blazes on display. After a tree was blazed and stamped, the tree will attempt to heal itself over time, covering the original blaze. If the tree heals shut, an imprint of the original stamp marks can form on the healed part of the tree, hidden from someone looking at the tree. If discovered, they appear as a raised stamp in the healed portion of the tree, such as this example here. Since it's been 150 to 160 years ago since the first survey of the Northwoods, original witness trees are few and far between these days, but there are still some left in the wild. One such original witness tree is located just south of Rhinelander off Highway G and Shingle Mill Road. This bearing tree was first surveyed by surveyor H.C. Fellows in 1859. His notes indicated a sugar maple, 7 inches in diameter. Today, this 200-year-old or more tree is still alive and measures approximately 27 inches in diameter at breast height. The Wisconsin State Cartographer's Office has collected locations of original witness trees. You can go online and see where they are, or report information if you have discovered any. With so many section corners, there may be more original bearing trees out there, just waiting to be explored and rediscovered, standing as a witness to the original land survey of the Northwoods. I'm Kerry Bloedorn, and this is Connecting the Dots, Reliving Northwoods History on Newswatch 12.
Connecting the Dots, Reliving Northwoods History with Kerry Bloedorn.
Thank you for watching Connecting the Dots on WJFW. If you have any Northwoods history you'd like to see covered on this program, feel free to send me a message on my Facebook page, Kerry Bloedorn, Northwoods Historian, or email me at northwoodshistorian@gmail.com.